Hello and welcome to the Corona Yoga Challenge, and today is day 79. Tomorrow will be 80, just for those of you who didn't know. Please make sure that you check my website to make sure that you're keeping safe so that you adapt poses really well for your body. Do hit that little bell thing if you want to know when the videos get uploaded, which will be every day, but sometimes it's a little bit late. Right, we're going to come onto the floor now. So if you bring yourself to lying down, and you're going to bring yourself into a comfortable space so that your back is resting on the floor, knees are bent up. You're going to lift your hips up and then settle them back down and onto the ground, so there's that kind of widening out feeling across the lower back. And you're going to let your hands come up and overhead so that you can let your head roll over to one side. Very lazy movement back to the centre and to the opposite side. And then bring yourself back to the centre. Let your hands come onto your knees, and you're going to rock your knees back and forth. So they're going to come in towards you and away. So you're going to find there's a little bit of movement in the spine as you do this. But what you're going to notice most of all is that as your knees come towards you, there's almost a drawing back and up of the tummy area. Inhaling, release. So exhaling, drawing up and in with the knees if it feels comfortable. So with this movement of the tummy, you also want the movement of the pelvic floor to be doing the same thing. So that drawing up sensation as the knees come in. So we keep kind of that conscious, alive feeling in the pelvic floor. And then you're going to bring your knees in towards you, just give them that really close hug in. And then you're going to lengthen your legs out along the floor. We're going to come into fish pose today. I'm not going to have space, there we go. Fish pose today, so you're going to bring your hands down beside your body, and all you're going to do is you're going to press into your arms to see if you can let the back of your body come up. So you can see at the moment the back of my body is a little bit lifted away from the floor. And then sink yourself back down, get nice and nestled back into the floor. And then we're going to take the arms underneath your body. So you lift one side, then the other side, and you keep your arms as long as possible so that the arms are straightish. Now for this pose, all the time, your head is going to be touching the floor. So we're not kind of taking the weight of the head. So it's always going to be touching the floor. And you're going to press into your elbows to lift up with your chest. And then you're going to see if you want to come to looking back the way. Your elbows want to be nice and close in towards you. Nice open feeling in the back, and then sink yourself down so you come onto your hands again, or your back comes down and onto the floor. So we're going to do that one more time. So if you want to, at the moment my hands are here, you can take your hands so that they're one on top of the other, and again nice strong straight arms. Just make sure your hands are in a comfortable position for you, and hopefully, no, you can't see, but now start to think of a little bit of aliveness in the feet. So not really that you're taking your toes down like a ballet dancer, but more like you're taking the balls of your feet down. And then same thing, press into the elbows to lift up with the chest. Then think about the head lifting back if you would like. So we're looking for a nice feeling of a back bend whilst we do this. Open in the throat, easy in the face, wide, comfortable breathing. And then when you feel ready, just sink yourself back out. Bring your knees back in or back up. Take your hands out and let your palms face up. Take a moment here and then bring your knees in towards your chest. Give them a good cuddling again. And then if you bring your feet onto the floor, we're going to come up to standing now. So usually in yoga you'll come onto your side and then walk yourself up from the side, but there's a variety of ways you can do it, so please come to the way that suits you. And we're going to come up to standing, and we're going to do a wide-legged pose now. So you're going to take a position on your mat, so there's a lot of space between your feet, or a lot, however, the outside edges of the feet are making good contact with the floor. So this is my feet not making good contact with the floor, because the insides of the edges are touching and the outsides are not. This is neutral. Well, this is not good, because I can still feel that the weight is coming down through the inside edges of my feet. It needs to come into the outside edges of the feet. So so that the outside edges of the feet are glued down. And that position of the feet is really, really important because that's what's going to stop us from sliding from here. Oh no, way too much. Way too much, way too much. So and it could be that you're here, and it could be that you're here. So it's wherever suits your body. You're going to bend your knees, let your hands slide down your legs, and you're going to ease yourselves shoulders forward. So it might be that you just come up to the shoulders being quite high. It could be hands towards your knees. And we're just going to go with the hands somewhere on the legs just now. So you get a feeling of lengthening up through the legs so that we start to slightly straighten the legs if it feels good. And then bend through your knees, lengthen your legs, bring yourself back to stand down. We're going to possibly take the hands onto the floor now. So this is really about, does it feel good? Is your back happy? Is your hips happy? So do come to the version we've just done if necessary. So knees bend, they bend out towards the toes. Hands slide down your legs. Hands can come onto the floor, so either up onto fingertips or onto the hands. And then you can let your head come down. And same thing, once we've got ourselves settled, then we start to lengthen it up with the legs. And we just let the shoulders ease down. And then bend through your knees, send them over your toes, press into the feet. You're going to let your hands come all the way up and overhead and down to your heart. What we're going to do now is we're going to have the option of taking the hands behind the back. So if you bring your legs back in if you want just for a moment, or you can keep them wide. So now what you're going to do is either going to get hands on your sacrum, or the palms can be together, or the palms can face up the way, or you can bring your hands so that they come higher up the back of your body. So whichever version is going to suit your body. So we're going to come forward into tripod pose again from here. So you've got your hands settled onto the back of your body. You've got your knees a little bit soft, so soften the knees to bring yourself forward. And then ease yourself down towards the floor. Keep down through the outside edges of the feet so you're nice and steady. Just allow yourself to enjoy being folded forwards. And then you're going to bend through your knees, press down through your feet, undo your hands, send your hands all the way up and overhead. And then down onto your head for a moment. Stretch up all the way out, waking up, and come back to standing. And we're going to come down to the floor now to do a little bit of work in sitting. So if you want to bring yourself to a comfortable position for you. Let's just see if I've got the position of that right. I usually have not. It's impossible to work out. There we go. So what we're going to do is we're going to come to a version of kneeling. So this is where the toes are together and the knees are wide. And this is if it's comfortable for you, so that you might need a block. You might prefer your knees to be close in towards one another. You might just prefer some other position to be in. We're going to be doing a twist, so what's important is that you feel comfortable. And actually I should have told you what I was doing. So when you take your feet wide, or your knees wide, you can settle your hips between the heels, which is quite a nice, comfortable, settled feeling. If your knees are up for it and the rest of your body is happy too. So you just want to get yourself to a comfortable position for you. I'm just going to do it this way so that you can see better. There we go. So from here you're just going to take your hands round onto one side, wrap round with the tummy, round with the rib cage, fingers are just lightly on the floor. And ease yourself round. And then bring yourself back to the centre. Hands on knees for a moment, settle the shoulders. And then to the other side. Same thing, we're keeping down through the pelvis, wrapping round through the tummy and the rib cage. Hands just gently on the floor, so we're not taking the spine out of alignment. And then bring yourself back to the centre. And you're going to come to your first side again. So this time you can take your hand higher up your body. Other hand can wrap round, and you can see you can settle it round your body if you would like. And you're just going to ease yourself round and into the open space. And then bring yourself back. Come all the way over to the opposite side. So a hand can just rest onto the back of your sacrum, or it can come round towards the back of your waist. And then ease yourself round. Coming all the way back to the centre. If you're in this position, really nice thing to do is take your hands onto the floor and your head into your hands for a moment. Breathe into the back of your body and then bring yourself up. And we're going to come to do a little bit of breathing now, so if you want to bring yourself to a comfortable position for you. What we're going to do is we're going to do that breathing where we are breathing into the top of the lungs and then down the way. So you're going to breathe in, fill into the top of the lungs, and then as you fill up here, breathe into the middle of the chest and then low into the belly. So we're filling up from the top down. As you breathe out through the belly, out through the chest, all the way out. Inhaling from the top, widening, 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 all the way down. And exhaling, out and back up. Inhaling, and exhaling. Inhaling, and exhaling. And then let your breathing just be settled and easy. So my challenge today is an art challenge. I'd love you to go and look up some modern art that you like. There's the challenge for some of you. Yeah, go find yourself something that's been done, and I mean proper modern art, not your 1950s modern art. Go look up something that's been done in the last 2 decades. Find something that makes you feel interested, curious and peaceful all at one time, if you can. And just enjoy a little looking at it. And take that to somebody else. Share it with somebody. Share the little piece of art that you found on Google or in some book if you've got books of that sort at home. My quote for you today is from Confucius. The superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. The superior man is modest in his speech and superior in his actions, or her actions. Hope you have a lovely day.